Hey guys, welcome back. The Spoiler Effect is back in action to help us become better communicators. And I say us instead of you guys now because, I've had the original intention of just doing this YouTube channel to give you guys support, give anyone out there support that needs help with communication skills and making friends. And I've realized in this process, by doing this channel, that I've become better at communicating. I've become more fluent, and I have mastered it more so than when I first started. And it's all thanks to you guys and your continued support and watching my channel. Without that, I wouldn't feel the need to make videos because no one would be watching them, obviously. So, thanks for staying with me. It's been a very long break since my last video. I apologize for that. So let's try to make this one the best as I possibly can. Okay, so this video is going to be geared mainly towards getting other people to come around to our way of thinking, to motivate others to help us achieve our goals while helping them achieve their goals, so it benefits both parties. So let's discuss how we're going to do that. Other people are mainly concerned about what they want more so than what we want. Now this is a huge generalization, I understand that, but my experiences with people is that at the end of the day, when worse comes to worse, the person is mainly thinking about how to reach their goals, maybe a little bit more so than how they can help other people achieve their goals. So if we want to make friends and we want to keep people around us, and if more importantly to this video, if we want to get people to think like us and we want to motivate those people to help us achieve our goals and to help them achieve their goals, we have to speak in terms of that person's interests. So take this for example. Say that you want to go to the gym with your friend, your buddy, right? So you walk up to this guy, you say, hey man, we should go to the gym sometime, it'd be fun. I would have more fun and it would really help motivate me to work out harder. Why might that attempt be problematic? Okay, so it's problematic because we're not thinking about what their needs are, what their desires are. We're just focusing on ourselves and we're relaying that information to them in conversation. And that's not attractive for them. They're not going to pay as much attention to what we want compared to if we talked about what they want. So a much more effective attempt might look something like this. So you walk up to your friend, you say, hey man, we should go to the gym. He asks, I don't know, I don't really feel like it today. And you tell him, well hey, if we get in there together, we can motivate each other, right? To keep going, to make progress, to make bigger gains, so that we build more muscles, so that we're healthier. And also, you've been trying to quit cigarettes lately, and it's been shown that people that exercise more have an easier time quitting cigarettes. So we're talking in terms, in this example, of the other person's needs and desires. Why would they want to go to the gym? Not just why you would want to go to the gym. So if you speak to their interests, they're likely to follow. Guys, consider this for a second. Henry Ford, one of the most successful entrepreneurs of the 20th century, maybe even of all time, once gave some very important advice about dealing with people and about being successful. He said if there's any one secret to success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view, to see the world from another person's angle as well as your own. So write that down, because I cannot I cannot say over and over enough how important that idea is, to be able to see the perspective of somebody else, how they're viewing the world, not just how you're viewing the world. And we all make this critical mistake, people with autism and people without. We are unable sometimes to see the other person's perspective, and that leads to arguments, that leads to drama, that leads to, friendships being broken just because of simple stuff like this. So now let me give you an example from my own life about the importance of perspective taking and how it can drastically change a situation that may have originally proved to be very difficult to handle. So my brother Jake, who I have lived with my entire life up until college, he would constantly take clothes from me. He would just, but he wouldn't steal them and never give them back, but he would always, take clothing out of my wardrobe, and like jeans, shirts, socks, whatever, and he would wear them out with friends, and then I would find these clothes on his floor. Sometimes these clothes were torn, and worn out because of his use, and they were also dirty, and he never washed them for me. So it made me very frustrated, and so I repeatedly confronted him about this issue, very passionately, and sometimes harshly. I would condemn him and criticize him, which didn't help the situation at all. It only put him on the defensive and made it worse. So after reading this book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and after realizing the importance of perspective taking, I thought about what Jake desired. What were the issues here that were making him steal my clothes? First off, my clothes that he was stealing often looked too big on him, and they just didn't fit him because I was, larger than him at this point in time. And so, that's the first thing I brought up to him. I said, hey man, you can take my clothes, but they don't really look the best on you compared to if you actually went and shopped for something that fit you precisely. And the second, problem just lay in his own wardrobe. He didn't have enough clothes, and the clothes that he did have were hand-me-downs, or were too small, or just didn't fit him. So we had to solve that issue. Now, what we did is I just took him out to Plato's Closet. It's like a used clothing store, and he sold his clothes, the ones he didn't like, for new clothes that he would want to wear. And then after this, he stopped taking my clothes all the time. Now granted, he would still sometimes do it, but the behavior decreased by so much that it was just a success, because I thought about what he needed. He needed new clothing, and we achieved that, and that reduced his behavior of stealing my clothes. Lastly, guys, this big ball of dirt, this earth that we all share and live on, is littered with people that have self-seeking tendencies and are egotistical, and they hoard resources while other people have to beg for dinner and sleep outside, right? Now, this self-seeking behavior is somewhat the result of what they've experienced growing up, especially in a capitalistic society like the United States. And this makes people's guards go up, right? They don't want to feel like they're getting taken advantage of. They don't want other people to take advantage of them. So a lot of people don't do selfless acts for that reason. But don't be afraid to do that, guys, because really the heroes among us are the people that do things for others and don't expect anything in return. This gains them an enormous advantage, right? Because it makes them among less competition. There's far less people that go out of their way for others compared to people that are self-seeking and just care about what they want, and they don't give a shit about other people. So ultimately, if you guys can take the perspectives of other people, if you can consider their desires and interests in the decisions that you make every day, you will have better communication skills, you will make more friends, and you will be happier. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak with you soon.